The weeks after the gala were golden at first. Ivy and Rose had settled into a rhythm, professional by day, tender by night. Their relationship had become a secret symphony of stolen moments. Fingers brushing in the elevator, eyes locking across the glass meeting room, whispers exchanged near the coffee machine when no one else was around. For Ivy, it felt like control and surrender perfectly balanced until the first shadow appeared. Her name was Stella, a new designer in the marketing department. Sharp-minded, effortlessly charming, and full of confidence that drew attention like perfume. She had joined just a month after Rose, and quickly the two became inseparable. Lunches, coffee breaks, shared jokes in the corridor. It was innocent, at least at first. Rose had always been friendly, easily drawn to people, her laughter warm and genuine. But for Ivy, that laughter now echoed like a blade pressed too close to the skin. She noticed every small thing, how Stella leaned a little too close when showing Rose something on her laptop, how Rose's hand brushed Stella's arm as they laughed, how Rose forgot the world when she was talking to her. In the quiet of her office, Ivy would stare at the frosted glass wall, her reflection fractured by light, thinking about the way Rose's attention shifted, slowly, subtly, away from her. She hated that it affected her this much. She was Ivy Laurent, resort executive, calm under fire, composed under scrutiny. Yet, a single smile from Rose directed elsewhere could unravel her from the inside out. The hum of conversation filled the break room. Rose stood by the counter laughing as Stella stirred sugar into her coffee. "So we're agreed," Stella said, smiling. "Tomorrow after work, coffee at the Palm Cafe?" Rose nodded. "Yeah, why not? I've been meaning to try their pastries." Ivy had just entered to grab her espresso. Her steps slowed. The sound of Rose's laughter stung more than it should have. "Good morning," she said coolly, her tone cutting through the air. Rose turned, slightly startled. "Hey, Ivy, I was just, I heard," Ivy interrupted, voice smooth but cold. "Enjoy your pastries." Stella smiled politely, oblivious to the frost. "We will, ma'am." Ivy didn't reply. She poured her espresso, every motion precise, but her chest burned. She didn't look at Rose again before leaving, but she didn't need to. The silence that followed her said enough. That night, their usual evening call didn't come. No soft, "Hey you" message, no playful text, just silence. Rose, half asleep in her apartment, typed and erased 3 different messages before finally sending a neutral one. "Long day today? Hope you're resting." No reply. Ivy saw the message hours later, screen glowing in the dark beside her bed. She read it twice before locking the phone. Her chest ached with confusion and pride. A deadly mix. Days passed. The space between them grew, invisible yet heavy. Rose didn't understand. She noticed Ivy's colder tone in meetings, her clipped responses, the way she avoided lingering glances they once shared. Whenever Rose approached her desk now, Ivy would smile faintly and say, "Later, Rose. I'm busy." It was like being shut out of a house whose key she had once been given. And in that emptiness, Stella filled the space. "Rose, can you and Stella handle the design layout for the new campaign?" Ivy asked during a meeting, voice neutral. Rose blinked. "Just us. Don't you want to review the concepts first?" Ivy didn't look up from her laptop. "I trust you'll collaborate well." There was a pause. Something unspoken tightened between them. Rose nodded. "Of course." For 3 days straight, Rose and Stella worked side by side. Late nights, shared screens, coffee cups scattered across the desk. Ivy saw them every time she passed the glass meeting room, heads bent close together, laughter spilling like secrets. It shouldn't matter. It shouldn't hurt. But it did. Friday evening, the storm had rolled in, sea winds lashing against the windows. Ivy was reviewing reports when she saw Rose outside her office, laughing again with Stella, umbrella in hand. Going somewhere? Ivy asked, stepping out. Rose smiled. Yeah, Stella invited me for dinner. There's this Italian place she wanted to try. Dinner? Ivy repeated, her tone sharper than intended. I see. Rose frowned. Is that a problem? No, Ivy said quickly, crossing her arms. You can do whatever you like, Rose. The way she said it, icy and distant, made Rose's heart sink. Ivy, don't be like that. It's just dinner. Right? Just dinner, Ivy murmured, turning away. That night, Ivy sat alone at her desk long after everyone had left. Rain poured outside, streaking the windows like tears she refused to shed. She told herself she didn't care. But the thought of Rose laughing across a candlelit table with someone else haunted her like a wound that wouldn't close. When Rose texted later, "You up? Wanted to tell you something funny from dinner." Ivy didn't reply. Monday morning, the tension was unbearable. Rose entered Ivy's office to deliver a file. Ivy barely looked up. You can leave it there. Ivy, Rose said softly. Can we talk? I don't think that's a good idea. Why not? You've been avoiding me. Because I'm busy, Rose. Ivy snapped, standing abruptly. Unlike some people, I don't have time for coffee dates and after-hours dinners. Rose's jaw tightened. What's that supposed to mean? Ivy's voice rose, sharp as glass. It means maybe you should spend less time entertaining others and more time doing your job. Rose's eyes darkened. You think that's fair? Stella's my colleague, Ivy. We're working on your campaign. Don't twist this, Ivy said, stepping closer, her control slipping. I see how she looks at you. I see how you let her. Let her what? Rose cut in, voice trembling. Be nice to me? Make me laugh because you won't even talk to me anymore. Silence. Then Ivy said something she would regret for a long time. You know what your problem is, Rose. Her tone was cold, her eyes glinting with anger and jealousy. You go wherever someone offers you attention or money. You don't know how to stay loyal. You're just... She stopped, then spat it out anyway. A fucking cunt who follows convenience. The word hung in the air, violent and unforgivable. Rose froze. Her breath caught, eyes wide, disbelief flooding her face. You think that about me? Ivy's chest heaved. She wanted to take it back, but pride clamped her throat shut. Tears welled in Rose's eyes. She dropped the file on the desk and whispered, I thought you knew me better than that. Then she turned and walked out. The sound of the door closing echoed like a gunshot. Days blurred. Ivy threw herself into work, cold, mechanical, detached. Every time she passed Rose in the hallway, her heart twisted painfully. Rose's eyes no longer met hers. Her laughter was softer, guarded, and often directed at Stella. Stella, who now walked beside her every morning, who brought her coffee, who made her smile again. It was torture. More than once, Ivy found herself watching from her office window as they left together. Once, late in the evening, she saw Rose laughing by the elevator, Stella holding her umbrella. That image seared itself into Ivy's mind like a scar. In the quiet of her penthouse, Ivy replayed every word she had said. Cunt, convenience, unfaithful, and hated herself more with each memory. But she couldn't bring herself to apologize. She didn't know how to fix what she had broken. A week later, the resort parking lot was half empty, the night air heavy with sea mist. Rose was leaving late, her steps tired but steady. She didn't see Ivy waiting near the exit until the CEO's voice stopped her. Rose. Rose turned, startled. Ivy stood under a lamppost, shadows cutting across her sharp features, eyes unreadable. Ivy, she said quietly. It's late. I know, Ivy replied. I wanted to talk. Rose hesitated. I don't think we should. Please, Ivy said, her voice breaking slightly. Just hear me out. Rose's heart pounded. The night smelled of salt and rain. She nodded once. Ivy stepped closer, the glow of the lamp painting soft light across her face. I shouldn't have said what I did. That night, I lost control. I was jealous, angry, afraid. Afraid of what? Rose asked, voice trembling. Of losing you, Ivy whispered. The words hung between them, fragile and raw. Rose's eyes glistened. You already did. She turned to leave, but Ivy reached out, her hand brushing Rose's arm gently, hesitant, trembling. Rose, please. Let me explain. And under that dim golden light, the air between them shifted, charged, unresolved, desperate for closure.